For today's video, I'm looking at Abraham Darby I, apparently the man who actually started the Industrial Revolution with his innovations and whatnot. Anyway, let's have a look at the history of this great man. Right then, standing on the corner of the Birmingham New Road and Sedgley Road is a monument to a man who helped change Britain and, in many ways, the entire world. This is Abraham Darby I, born close to here in Woodsetton in 1678. His name might not be as instantly recognisable as James Watt, George Stephenson or Isambard Kingdom Brunel. But without pioneers like Darby, the Industrial Revolution may have looked very different. He wasn't a king, a general or a politician. He was a businessman, an inventor and ironmaster, and his work helped unlock Britain's industrial future. Now, at the beginning of the 1700s, Britain already produced iron, but there was a major problem. Iron furnaces were mainly fuelled using charcoal, which was made from wood. That meant iron production relied on huge amounts of timber, and you can't exactly build an industrial revolution if you've chopped down every tree by Wednesday afternoon. Darby believed there had to be a better and a more reliable fuel. His answer was this: coke, a form of processed coal that could burn hot enough to smelt iron. So, how did the process actually work? Now, coke was made by heating coal with very little air. This removed much of the smoke and gas, leaving behind a harder, carbon-rich fuel that could burn intensely inside a blast furnace. Iron ore, coke and limestone were loaded into the furnace from the top, while air was blasted in from below. The coke created the heat, the limestone helped separate the unwanted material, and the iron ore melted. Now, the molten iron could then be drained from the bottom of the furnace and poured into moulds. It sounds simple when explained like that, I suppose, although I wouldn't recommend trying it in the garden. Yeah, so why is that important, I bet some of you are thinking? Well, the important difference was that coke could be produced using Britain's enormous coal reserves. Ironmakers were no longer completely dependent on charcoal and vast supplies of wood. Darby could therefore produce useful cast iron more reliably and at a lower cost. He also patented an improved method of using sand moulds to cast thinner iron cooking pots. So yeah, one of the most important breakthroughs that helped transform industry was partly driven by the desire to make better saucepans. Darby's breakthrough didn't transform Britain overnight, but it helped remove one of the biggest limits on iron production. As the process was improved by later generations, Britain could produce the huge quantities of iron needed for factory machinery, steam engines, tools, bridges, and eventually the railway. His son Abraham Darby II continued developing coke-fired ironmaking, while his grandson, yeah, you guessed it, Abraham Darby III, became famous for building the Great Iron Bridge over the River Severn. Same name, 3 generations. They clearly weren't wasting time choosing baby names, were they? Now, for the Black Country, surrounded by coal, ironstone, furnaces and generations of skilled metalworkers, Darby's breakthrough helped create the industrial world that made this region famous. Yeah, so the next time you walk or drive past this sculpture, don't let it become just another landmark beside a busy road. Remember the name, Abraham Darby, a man born here in Woodsetton whose ideas helped fire the Industrial Revolution and shape the modern world. His name lives on in this sculpture, in Ironbridge, and throughout the industrial history of the Black Country. Sometimes, history isn't hidden away in a museum. Sometimes it's standing right by the new road.